Ever imagine getting a news update that makes you go, aha, instead of just, huh?
That's exactly what we're aiming for today.
You guys have been asking for the rundown on DBCL,
India's leading print media powerhouse.
and we are going deep.
We've got their latest press releases,
And financials.
hot off the presses.
January 16th, 2025.
Couple up because they're making some moves.
That might just change how you think about the media landscape.
For sure.
Okay, first things first.
Cranked.
Print is not dead.
At least not for DBCL.
Yeah, their 9-month performance.
Record-breaking.
And get this.
It's not just about revenue.
Which is already sky high, by the way.
Their profit after tax is through the roof.
They're making money hand over fist.
It's fascinating how they're thriving.
In a space so many have written off.
You know?
Yeah?
They're actually seeing their profit margin on the print side grow even bigger.
Which, in business jargon,
Is their EBITDA margin?
expanding.
They're squeezing even more profit out of every rupee they spend on their print operations.
And that's even without the bump they got last year from the election coverage.
Right.
So this success is built on something more lasting.
Their secret sauce.
Give it to me.
Laser focused on local news that matters to people's daily lives.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're the market leader, advertisers flock to them.
They've found that sweet spot.
Yeah, they've got a winning formula for serving readers and advertisers
At the same time.
at the same time.
Okay, but let's be real for a second.
Sure,
The digital world is exploding.
it is.
How is DBCL handling that?
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Their strategy is to be a phygital force,
Phygital.
a blend of print and digital dominance.
Okay.
And their growth in the digital space is absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah. Their news app has gone from 2 million users in 2020 to a whopping 19 million in 2024,
That's right.
making them the #1 news app.
For both Hindi and Gujarati speakers.
So it's not just growth.
No, it's not just growth.
It's domination.
It's domination.
They're not stopping there.
They are not.
They've got this 3-pronged approach
Okay.
to keep those users hooked.
Yeah,
Top-notch content, a user experience that's smooth as silk,
that's right.
and rock-solid technology backing it all up.
You got it.
So it's not just about getting people to download the app.
Yep.
It's about making it so good they keep coming back for more.
Exactly.
They're crafting an experience,
They're crafting an experience.
not just delivering news.
Not just delivering news.
And they're playing the long game here.
Yeah.
Their focus is on growing,
Daily active users.
which tells them how many people are engaging with their content on a daily basis.
Every single day.
Okay, I'm also seeing a lot about premium content and hyperlocal news.
Yes.
What's the thinking there?
They're betting that people will pay for high-quality exclusive content
Okay.
that's tailored to their specific location and interests.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about moving beyond the noise and clutter of free news apps.
Right.
And offering something truly valuable.
Yeah, they're going beyond standard formats.
Uh.
Absolutely.
Especially when there's a big news event.
Right.
Think interactive graphics,
Yes.
in-depth analyses,
Mhm.
the works.
The works.
It's about captivating audiences with content you can't find anywhere else.
You got it.
Creating that fear of missing out
The fear of missing out.
and a sense of urgency.
Urgency.
If you want to be in the know,
You got to be there.
you need to be on their app.
Yes.
This isn't your grandfather's news anymore.
This is not your grandfather's news.
Now, on top of all this innovation,
Uh-huh.
there are some significant leadership shakeups happening at DBCL.
Right. Several key positions have been filled.
So let's break it down.
Let's do it.
Who are these new players?
So Mr. Runit Kishore Shah has been appointed as an additional director.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting about him is his incredibly diverse background.
Wow.
We're talking entrepreneur, angel investor, financial advisor.
He's done it all.
He's done it all.
Okay.
This appointment is still pending shareholder approval.
But if he's brought on board, he could bring a fresh perspective to the company.
Definitely sounds like he'll bring a wealth of experience to the table.
And then there's Mr. Vijay Kumar TV stepping in as Chief Operating Officer in ad sales.
Okay.
This is notable because he's not a new face at DBCL.
Oh.
He was with them from 2013 to 2017.
Interesting.
So you have someone who understands the company culture
Right?
and has a proven track record,
Uh-huh.
now returning in a more senior role.
What's old is new again?
What's old is new again.
What about the digital side?
Yeah?
Any leadership changes there?
Yes, Mr. V.D. Sharma has been appointed as editor in the digital division.
Okay.
He comes with a ton of experience working in news across a range of organizations.
So they're serious about upping their digital content game.
They are serious about it.
And to round things out, Mr. Sanjay Chandrasekhar Joshi,
Yes.
their chief business officer for ad sales,
Uh-huh.
has resigned
He has resigned.
for personal reasons.
It'll be interesting to see how the dynamics shift with these new players in the mix.
Absolutely. But it's not all business, is it?
It's not all business.
DBCL is also making waves with their commitment to corporate social responsibility
Yes.
and some savvy branding initiatives.
They are.
You know, the CSR campaigns are truly impactful.
Okay.
Take Sarthak Deepawali, which encouraged people to include those less fortunate
Yes.
in their Diwali celebrations,
Right.
promoting inclusivity during a major festival.
During a major festival?
And then there's Vastrodin, their winter clothing donation drive,
Yeah.
which saw a huge surge in participation this year.
Huge surge.
It warms my heart to see a media giant like this
I know.
using their platform to make a real difference in people's lives.
It does.
It speaks to their values
It does.
and their understanding of their role in society.
The role in society.
They're not just reporting the news,
Yeah.
they're actively shaping it by inspiring positive action.
They are.
Remember their Rajnetabaz campaign?
yeah.
That was clever.
It was.
They engage people with questions about the elections,
Right.
encouraging voter participation in a fun and interactive way.
That's right.
It shows they're not afraid to get creative and use their influence to drive positive change.
Absolutely.
Now, before we dive deeper into their digital strategy,
Okay.
let's not forget about their radio arm,
Yes.
MyYFM.
YFM.
They've got some pretty cool initiatives going on to keep listeners engaged.
Oh, they're turning the traditional radio format on its head.
I am intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, for starters, they transformed Garbonites in Ahmedabad
Uh-huh.
into this 10-day extravaganza.
Okay.
This traditional dance celebration became a premium event with top performers,
Wow.
blending entertainment with a deep appreciation for local culture.
That sounds like an incredible experience.
It is.
It's like they're creating events that people just can't miss.
They are.
They're masters of tapping into that local pulse
They are.
and creating a buzz,
Creating a buzz.
but they're also adapting to changing listening habits.
That's right.
You know, they've launched these short format shows in cities like Indore,
Uh-huh.
Jaipur,
Yeah.
Chandigarh,
Yep.
and Nagpur,
Uh-huh.
offering bite-sized content that fits into people's busy lives.
Bite-sized content?
Smart move.
Smart move.
Everyone's on the go these days.
Everyone is.
What other innovations are they cooking up?
Oh, you're going to love this.
Okay.
They ran a campaign called Mushak Messenger
Uh-huh.
during Ganesh Chaturthi,
Okay.
where listeners could send in their wishes for the festival.
Okay.
It was like a modern twist on the classic radio call-in show.
I love that they're finding creative ways to engage listeners.
Yeah.
And make them feel like they're part of something special.
Exactly.
They're building a community.
They're building a community.
Not just an audience.
Not just an audience.
This all sounds amazing.
It is.
But I'm curious, how does it all tie back to their phygital approach?
Right.
Is there like a grand plan at play here?
That's the million-dollar question.
Or are they just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks?
That is the question.
And I think we're ready to dive into that.
I think we are.
Right after we take a quick pause.
Let's do it.
We'll be back in a flash to explore the intricacies of DBCL's strategy
Okay.
and what it all means for you.
Don't go anywhere.
The deep dive is just getting started.
It is.
Okay, we're back and ready to untangle this big question.
Okay.
How is DBCL weaving all these initiatives
Right.
from print to digital to radio into a cohesive phygital strategy?
It's like they're conducting an orchestra,
Oh, okay.
with each platform playing a distinct yet harmonious role.
I like that.
Their recent financial statements give us some clues.
You're right. We can't just gloss over those numbers.
No, we can't.
What stood out to you as the most impressive takeaway?
Their consistent growth in both revenue and profitability is remarkable.
Okay.
What's even more impressive is that their print business is a major driver of this success. Over the past 3 years, their advertisement revenue has grown at a compound annual growth rate
Of 20%.
Imagine a tree growing 20% taller each year for 3 years.
That's how much their ad revenue has shot up.
That's huge, especially when everyone keeps saying print is dying.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it's not just revenue, their profit after tax, or PAYD, has grown at an astonishing 44% CAGR.
So that's like that same tree not only getting taller,
Yes.
but also sprouting a ton of new branches,
Yeah.
each bearing delicious fruit.
That's a great analogy.
Or in this case, profit.
Exactly.
So they're not just surviving,
No, they're not.
they're thriving.
They're thriving.
They must be doing something right.
They are.
What's their secret?
Well, they attribute this success to a few key factors.
Okay.
Strong market leadership,
Uh-huh.
focus on hyperlocal news that resonates with their readers,
Okay.
and their ability to attract a diverse portfolio of advertisers.
So they're meeting a need that no one else is,
Right.
and advertisers are noticing.
They are.
They've cracked the code of relevance. I think they have.
In a rapidly changing world.
Yes.
But it's not just about clinging to what's worked in the past, is it?
No, it's not.
They're also actively engaging their readers
Well-
with initiatives like the GETO 14CR scheme.
That's right.
What's that all about?
It's a brilliant way to incentivize readership and reward loyal customers.
Okay.
You know, in today's media landscape,
Yeah.
it's not enough to just deliver the news.
Right.
You have to make it an experience.
Uh-huh.
And that's something DBCL understands deeply.
It shows.
And it's evident in their digital strategy.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Their news app's growth is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal.
They've managed to build a user base that's over 9 times larger
I know, it's crazy.
than it was just 4 years ago.
That's right, going from 2 million to 19 million users.
And think about this.
Okay.
They're now the leading Hindi and Gujarati news app,
Right.
surpassing competitors who have either stagnated or seen their user base decline
They've successfully taken their print dominance
and translated it.
into the digital realm.
Wow, they're winning on both fronts,
They are.
print and digital.
Print and digital.
But it's not just about the number of users, is it?
You hit the nail on the head.
It's about engagement.
Engagement. So tell me about that.
They're focused on creating high-quality content,
Uh-huh.
investing in a seamless user experience,
Okay.
and building a robust technological infrastructure.
So it's about giving users a reason to not just download the app,
Right.
but to open it every day,
Every single day.
to stay informed, entertained, and connected.
You got it.
It seems like they're not slowing down anytime soon.
They're not.
You know, they're aiming to increase their daily active users even further.
Right.
And they're investing in premium content that users will be willing to pay for.
They are.
So they're building a sustainable business model for the future of digital news.
For the future.
A future where quality journalism isn't just valued.
But is something people are willing to invest in.
That's the goal.
So they're building this incredible digital presence.
Yes.
All while navigating the often volatile world of print media.
It's a balancing act.
Speaking of print,
Yeah.
they did mention that newsprint prices have softened in the past 9 months.
They have.
That's got to be good news for their bottom line, right?
Absolutely. Their average cost for newsprint has dropped 14% year over year.
Wow.
They're expecting this trend to continue,
Okay.
which could further boost their profitability.
But they're also realistic about the fact that things can change quickly.
Of course, they acknowledged that fluctuations in the dollar exchange rate could impact newsprint costs.
So they're not just celebrating wins.
Yep.
They're also strategically planning for potential challenges.
They are?
That's a sign of a company that's in it for the long haul.
That's right. They're playing chess, not checkers.
I like that.
And their managing director, Mr. Sudhir Agarwal, made a statement that really resonated with me.
Okay, what did he say?
He emphasized their commitment to content over noise, truth over trends in their editorial strategy.
Wow, that's powerful.
You know,
Especially in today's world where we're constantly bombarded with information.
Right.
Much of it unreliable or misleading.
exactly. It's a bold statement. And it seems to be at the heart of everything they do.
Uh-huh.
They believe that quality journalism,
Yeah,
the kind that cuts through the noise and provides reliable information,
right.
is what will ultimately drive their success.
And it's not just about reporting the news, is it?
It's not.
They're also actively engaging in investigative journalism.
Yes.
Tackling tough issues like corruption and scams.
You're right. They're holding those in power accountable
Mm-hmm.
and shining a light on issues that might otherwise remain hidden.
That's a crucial role for any media organization.
It is.
And it seems DBCL is taking it seriously.
They are.
And they're doing it across all their platforms.
Yes.
From their newspapers to their digital outlets and even their radio station.
That's right.
It's a truly integrated approach.
It's remarkable how they've managed to adapt and innovate
Yeah.
while staying true to their core values.
They're a fascinating case study
They are.
in how a media giant can not just survive, but thrive in the face of rapid technological advancements and shifting consumer preferences.
It's impressive.
But let's get back to their phygital strategy.
Okay.
We've seen how they're winning in print, how they're dominating digitally, and how they're engaging audiences on their radio platform.
Right.
But is this all just a happy coincidence?
Right.
Or is there a grand plan at play?
Well, that's the question we're trying to answer, isn't it?
It is.
And to do that, we need to look at all the pieces together.
Okay.
Like assembling a jigsaw puzzle.
So we've got all these pieces laid out on the table.
Right.
Print, digital radio, CSR, and even those leadership changes.
Right.
How do they all fit together to create this phygital picture?
That's where the real insights emerge.
And to explore those insights, we need to take another quick pause.
Okay.
We'll be back in a moment to continue this deep dive
into
the fascinating world of DBCL.
Don't go anywhere.
The most intriguing part is yet to come. All right, we're back and ready to put all these pieces of this phygital puzzle together.
Yeah.
We've seen DBCL's success in print, their dominance in digital, and their innovative approach to radio.
Right.
But can this have your cake and eat it too approach really work in the long run?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
It's a bold strategy.
It is.
And they're executing it brilliantly.
Yeah.
But there are inherent challenges in juggling two very different media worlds.
So let's play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
What could potentially go wrong with this seemingly brilliant plan?
Right.
Where are the cracks in the foundation?
Well, one of the biggest hurdles is resource allocation.
Okay.
Print and digital demand different skills, technologies, and even mindsets. DBCL has to walk a tightrope to make sure they're not spreading themselves too thin or favoring one platform at the expense of the other.
It's like trying to be a world-class chef and a Michelin star pastry chef at the same time.
Exactly.
You need different kitchens, different ingredients, and entirely different techniques to excel at both. And then there's the challenge of maintaining that gold standard quality across all platforms.
Right.
You know, DBCL's reputation is built on journalistic integrity and high editorial standards.
High standards.
They need to ensure that this quality shines through.
It has to.
In both their print and digital offerings.
And both.
Because if one side falters, it could tarnish their entire brand image, right?
Absolutely. It's all interconnected in the consumer's mind.
And then there's the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room.
The ever-changing media consumption habits of their audience.
Right. Especially those digital natives who are practically glued to their phones.
Yeah.
How can DBCL stay ahead of the curve and keep those younger generations engaged?
It's a constant challenge, isn't it?
It is.
What do they have to do?
They need to be analyzing data, experimenting with new formats, and adapting quickly to keep pace with the trends.
So there's no room for complacency in this game.
Absolutely not.
So it's not just about being phygital.
No.
But being agile.
Responsive.
Always learning and evolving.
Always.
Okay. And they need to be mindful of potential conflicts between their print and digital operations. Like, what happens when a breaking news story is better suited for their digital channels?
Exactly.
Do they hold back for the next print edition? Or risk cannibalizing their own content?
That's the dilemma.
It's almost like managing two separate newsrooms.
It is.
Each with its own pace and priorities.
That could create internal friction and slow down their response time.
Exactly.
And then there's the financial reality.
Okay.
While they're currently enjoying strong profitability in both print and digital, the question is, can they sustain this balance? Digital advertising revenue models are in constant flux.
Yeah, they are.
And they need to stay ahead of the game to ensure their strategy remains viable.
So it's not just about celebrating their current success.
No, it's not.
But constantly strategizing and adapting to ensure that success continues.
Yes.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
A very apt analogy.
Given all these potential pitfalls, are you optimistic about DBCL's future?
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
They've proven time and time again that they can adapt and innovate. And their commitment to quality journalism is a major asset.
Right.
However, the media landscape is incredibly competitive.
It is.
And they're up against both traditional giants and agile digital startups.
It's a high-stakes game.
High stakes.
And they're playing it on multiple boards simultaneously.
That's one way to put it.
The stakes are high, not just for DBCL, but for the entire media industry.
Entire industry.
You know, their phygital experiment could pave the way for other media organizations?
It could.
Seeking to bridge the gap between tradition and innovation?
Tradition and innovation.
It's a story that's still being written.
It is.
And we'll all be watching to see how it unfolds.
You will.
Well, we've given you a glimpse into the inner workings of DBCL.
We have.
A media powerhouse that's defying expectations.
Defying expectations.
And charting a unique course in a rapidly changing world.
A unique course.
We've explored their impressive financials.
Yes.
Their multi-platform strategy and the potential challenges that lie ahead.
We have.
But ultimately, it's up to you
to
connect the dots and draw your own conclusions.
Connect the dots.
So what do you think?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
About DBCL's phygital approach.
Can they maintain this delicate balance?
Will they become the model for the future of media?
Big question.
Those are the questions we'll leave you with.
That's right.
We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity.
I hope so.
And given you a new perspective on the evolving media landscape.
A new perspective.
Remember, knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
And in a world overflowing with information,
yeah,
the ability to distill insight from noise
is
more valuable than ever.
More valuable than ever.
So keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep into the topics that matter to you.
That's right.
And who knows?
Maybe
you'll be inspired to create your own phygital success story.
Your own success story.
That's all for this episode of The Deep Dive.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery.